Well, it's official. It's all systems go with Carly. She is totally committed to getting you back.
You're wrong, Katie. You're wrong. She had her chance. Months ago, I went to her and I said that I wanted to work on the marriage, and she chose Simon.
Well, Simon's not around anymore.
And guess what? I moved on too. Happily, might I add. End of story.
Not for Carly.
Okay, and what are you saying, huh? That I'm the old standby, I'm the guy she defaults to when the adventure runs out? Why? Why would I want to be with someone who thinks of me that way?
I'm not saying you want to be with her, but she definitely wants to be with you, and she is going to drive us crazy.
Let's say, for argument's sake, that she does want to be with me. What about what I want? Do you think I want to go back to living a life with a woman who doesn't love me or trust me enough to tell me the truth? Who thinks of abandoning her children as an option?
Well, I'm glad you remember all that. It's just hard for me when I see her doing anything to get to you. It makes me scared. I can't help it.
Katie, I'm with you now.
So why does it bug you so much if she's with Brad?
Because do you have any idea if this goes anywhere with the two of them, the hill that my children are going to have to climb?
She's just using Brad to get to you.
Okay, so if she is, then I don't have anything to worry about. Because if this isn't real and they're just doing this to make me jealous, it's not working.
All right, so if hanging out with Brad doesn't work, what's going to be her next trick? Thanks.
You and I both know that Carla's got a big old bag of tricks. That doesn't mean she's going to use them on me.
Were we at the same party last night?
Yes, we were. Carly was just being Carly.
Yeah, I'm sure she didn't fail to notice that her ex was the hottest, most wantable guy in town.
Wow, you do wonders for my ego, Katie.
When she walked in with Brad, though, the first thought that came to my mind was, here we go. There is nothing that this woman loves more than making a big scene in public. People still talk about the time she schemed with John Dixon to make sure that Hal didn't know he was Parker's real father.
Wow! You went back to the archives for that one. How'd you even know about that?
Everybody knows about that.
What? Did you also know that the climax of that little episode was brought to you by Bradley Snyder? He's the one who took Parker from John Dixon and put him in Hal's arms.
Yeah, it was all about Parker's inheritance, right?
Exactly, because Carly and Brad, all they care about is money.
Right. You're proving my point for me. Carly gets what she wants. She'll do anything for it, and nobody sees it coming.
Yes, but see now I have you, and your eagle eyes will detect her evil schemes from miles away and radio me. No surprises.
You're making it sound like a big game.
Yeah, well, and every good game has to have a good team, and we're a team, right? We can out-Carly anytime.
You think?
No doubt. You're my secret weapon.
Thank you. Well, Carly, we just keep running into each other all over town.
Twice in one day. My stars must be perfectly aligned.
You and Brad seemed to be having fun earlier.
You know something about Brad? He's changed since I knew him last.
Knew him. You were married to him, weren't you?
So?
So I'm just reflecting on what a busy year that must have been. Married 3 times to 3 different men, no less, if I remember correctly. Anyway, let's move back on to Brad. I'm curious, what do you think has changed?
He's more serious. He's deeper, somehow.
Deeper than what?
Well, that's odd. He talks about you only with respect.
Well, I'm just glad to hear that you are getting something out of your time with him.
You sound surprised.
I am. I've spent every day for months working with Brad, and I've only noticed how short of an attention span he has.
I guess that depends on who he's paying attention to.
Oh, come on, you've got to admit it takes a lot to keep him focused.
Not around me.
Well then, you're making my point for me, aren't you?
What is that? What point?
Why you shouldn't come to the station anymore.
Pardon me?
Well, since we've agreed that the slightest distraction that Brad has pulls his attention, and as you've said, he's very attentive to you. it would probably be better if you limited those surprise visits. The more efficient we are, the more cost-effective the show.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to put a hot show like Oakdale Now at risk, but Katie, doesn't Jack drop by to visit you?
Yes, he does. However, I'm a lot more focused than Brad is, and Jack doesn't keep me from doing my work.
I'm glad that you and Jack are doing so well.
Well, I just bet you are. What's next, Carly? A double date?
No, it's a nice offer, but no. No, I don't think so. I'm just glad that you and Jack and Brad and I can sort of coexist at functions together, given everything that's happened.
All right, come off it.
What? Whatever do you mean?
Don't you think I know what's going on here? Last night with Brad, this syrupy little conversation, they're just the opening moves in one of your twisted little games. And if you think I'm going to get dragged along, you are sadly mistaken.
Games? I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Like hell you don't. Testing Jack by parading yourself around with his brother, showing up everywhere we are.
Wait a minute, you found me here. I'm meeting Lily. We're talking about setting up a design firm, just one of the many ways I'm going to get my life back together.
Oh. And what else is on that list? Using Brad to get to Jack?
I happen to enjoy Brad's company.
Like I believe that.
Yeah, what is the matter, Katie? I thought you'd be happy that I'm out exploring new relationships rather than dwelling in the past.
I'm not happy to see anyone being used.
Well, I'm not using Brad. If I'm using anybody, it's Jack. As a role model. And he's moved on quite nicely, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. So have I.
Then I guess we both know what we want.
Oh, I don't know about that. The difference is what Jack and I have is real. What you and Brad have is a sick joke. And Jack and I are totally onto you. Even though it's been fun playing these coy little games, Carly, I'm gonna be blunt now. Get real.
What are you talking about?
Stop wasting your time.
Katie, are you giving me advice?
Yes, I am. You need to see things for what they are, okay? Jack has moved on. All this plotting and scheming, it's not gonna work this time.
I'm sorry I kept you waiting. Hi, Katie.
Oh, Lily, hello. Well, leave you two to your meeting.
What was that all about?
Oh, you were right. I only just got started here, and already that little witch is on to me. What am I going to do now?
Katie! I told you I was going to be doing some work for Emma.
So?
So, I mean, don't you think things at WOAK could survive without me?
We
You miss
have
me.
managed to cope, Brad.
Did you miss me? Hey there! I thought I heard a car pull up.
Look what I scored.
What?
5 tickets to the Oakdale fireworks show.
Are you kidding me?
Great seats, courtesy of
Awesome.
WOAK.
I know 3 kids who are dying to go to the show.
I know, so should I come by later and we'll all run over together?
Yeah. Hey, you busy right now?
No, not really.
Okay. Wait a minute. You know, I left a stack of copy on your desk so you promised you'd go over. You can't just go running off anytime you feel like it, Katie.
It's the 4th of July, Brad. Whatever the station needs me to do, I'll do tomorrow. What do you want to do?
Well, why don't I do this? Get a room.
Don't you have stalls to muck, farm boy?
Taking a break.
Yeah? Hey, that's a great idea. Come on.
God, he nags like an old lady.
Forget about it.
Done. What are we doing?
Well, you know, I was thinking a little something wet and wild. There's a swim hole right up the road, young lady, and nobody ever goes to it.
Let me go get my swimsuit.